Jack, how pleasing was that today?
Really good. I think that I know I've repeated myself recently about it being about results at this stage of the season for us, but I thought our performance was really good. I thought we were dominant throughout the game. We had to stay patient and trust in what we were doing because the goal took a while to come, but terrific performance, really good result, so good day for us all round.
Yeah, you've touched on the performance. Personally speaking, I thought that was one of the best performances of the season. How pleasing was it to, like you say, results are the most important thing at this stage, but to marry that with the performance today?
Yeah, it's obviously pleasing for me as a manager, but I think most importantly for the players, I think sometimes they need a reinforcement of how good they are. It can come from me and it can come from my staff, but they need to sometimes produce a performance that reminds them how good they are, because they're a good squad of players. They've shown that for the past, not just this season, but before that. You know, we had a couple of meetings this week which was about reminding them of their recent record and how good it's been. So that level of performance will help them in that respect. Obviously we did it today without a player who's been very important for us this season in Lewis, and who's contributed to us winning matches. So that again is something that strengthens, I think, the belief within that group that they'll continue to win games.
I know it's a team game and everything, but looking at some of the individual performances, I thought Ryan, Flynn and Danny Mullen was our best games in a St Mirren shirt so far.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought both of them played really well, and I also agree that I think every single player that took the field today was really good for us. I think for Danny and Ryan, I've been really pleased with them personally as a manager since they came to the club. How they train, how they've integrated into the group, and also their contribution in games. You know, again, it might not have caught the eye, but I've generally been pleased with it. I think what happens now at this club is, because we've progressed so much, is that and players have set a standard that if a new player comes in and doesn't automatically blow people away, then we can be quick to write them off. These players have came to the club, those two you mentioned and others, because they are good players, and they showed that today. Ryan has the maturity and the experience to deal with that anyway, and he's a really clever footballer. But for Danny it's different. He's still a very young man, and he's had to be patient, but whenever we've asked him to play, particularly from the start because he's not had many opportunities, and I go back to the United game here in particular as well, around the turn of the year, he was really good, and I was really pleased that supporters seen the very best of him today, and seen why we were so keen to bring him here, and why that we believe he can get better and improve with us, hopefully, as we improve as a team as well.
You mentioned Morgie missing today, just a wee illness, should be back in the squad for next week, do you imagine?
Yeah, he was ill Thursday, so we sent him home, and then he was diagnosed with tonsillitis yesterday, so he'll have his course of antibiotics, and all being well, he should recover throughout the course of this week and be back available for us, but it just strengthens our squad again going into the game next week.
Looking at some of the games elsewhere, the Livingston games and Dundee United games, both off Morton getting beat today, the gap now at the top, 11 points, 9 games to go, getting closer.
Yeah, it's been a peculiar championship in some ways recently because of how fragmented the fixtures have been. We've been fairly fortunate that we've managed to play consistently, so that at times has inflated our lead at the top, if you like, and that has been proven recently with the run Livingston being on, how much that lead was cut. But on the flip side of that, every time we win a game, it takes us to a points total that becomes harder to get to, and I think 60 points with the equivalent of a quarter to go is really good. It gives you a really good chance of success. You know, we may have to go a lot more points than that depending on what other teams do. We might not, again, depending on what happens, but we can only affect our results and performances, and as I mentioned at the beginning, I think today was a vital one in terms of the result, but the manner of the performance is equally as pleasing as well.
The support today as well, we know before the game you gave across to some of the members of the singing section a donation from the players and yourselves and the staff. How important was it, do you think, for you to show your support of them? Yeah,
I mean, I get the opportunity all the time through this medium and through other times to express my gratitude on behalf of the players and the staff for the all-round support we get, not just that section but the overall support we've had at the club. But I think those guys are involved in it. I understand that at times they will go to expense to produce some of the banners and support that they do and some of the displays they put on, and their support has been a huge factor in improving the atmosphere within the ground, and probably dragging more numbers along to away fixtures as well, because there's an enjoyment factor to that. So it was a player's idea, I was very supportive of it. I think it was an opportunity for us as players and staff to show a small debt of gratitude to what they have done for us over the past year in particular, and beyond that. we always understand that the biggest form of gratitude we can show is by winning games like we did again today, and hopefully we'll continue to do that between now and the end of the season. But pleased that we were able to do that in a personal way as well, and I'm sure it'll get put to good use.
And expecting a big support travelling down to Palmerston next week when we take on Queen of South. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, very much so. I think as much as this is stressful in terms of trying to achieve success, I love my group of players here. I love working with them. I love the challenge of preparing us properly to try and win games, and huge amount of pride in what this group have done to date. Desperate for them to get what I believe they deserve, so we'll prepare properly this week and look forward to the game. Obviously we achieved a good result down there last time. I know they play midweek, James and I will watch them, and it means we're prepared properly when that game comes around.
Jack, well done today.
Top man, cheers Jimbo.